are back for another everyday Qigong session. So I do these everyday Qigong sessions weekdays so that the weekends come round, and we all like a little bit of a lie-in if we can at a weekend, or a bit of a rest, but it's also good to give yourself that kind of breather so you can then take stock of how your body's feeling. If you choose to do the Qigong at the weekend, then you can always go back over an older video and rerun through it, or if you've been doing the set for quite a while and you know it, then just play with it and see what happens. You don't have to spend 30 minutes doing it. You can spend 10 minutes, you can spend an hour doing it. It's entirely up to you. It's just a matter of playing with the set. So when the weekends comes around, it doesn't have to stop. However, it's always nice to sort of give yourself that little bit of a break so you can take stock and find out how your body's feeling. And it's only when you don't do something that you start to notice whether you miss it, or whether it's changed anything in your world, or whether anything peculiar is coming up for you. So it really is just a matter of playing with it. So although we do this at 7 AM every morning, you don't have to be here at 7 o'clock every morning. The videos are posted so you can do it later, and you can just have fun and play with it. We're now in August, so it's the summer month, the major, the holiday month, I suppose, is when people do. So yeah, not quite sure what that means. I should imagine that most people aren't actually going too far this year. We're all sort of, I went camping this weekend, which was really very nice. Met up with the family, all social distance, of course. But yes, it was very interesting to see that the campsite was busier than I've ever seen it, as most people seem to be doing that kind of thing. Again, rambling on a Monday morning, beginning of August. Yeah. Okay, so that has no relevance to anything. Let's do some Qigong. So we're just going to sit down on one leg, turn your foot 45 degrees to the corner. So again, if you've got your straight line coming out from your center, 45 degrees is to your corner, not necessarily the corner of the room, because you might be in a very strange room with I did have someone ask me the question, what if you're in a round room? Which is, yeah, what if you are? Corners are, we're talking about corners to your orientation, how you're standing. So 45 degrees to you. You turn your foot 45 degrees to the corner, sitting down through the leg, pick up the other foot and rock back and forth. So you're just resting the foot on the floor and let it just rock back and forth. And then swap to the other side. So just really just sort of starting to take stock, allow the ankles to relax, allow the shoulders to relax to start with. And then pick up your foot, shake off your ankle. Swap to the other side. And then just pick up the knees, circling the foot. Back the other way. So when we say pick up the knee, you're working to what you think your physical capacity is. So only 70% of your physical capacity. So if there is high enough for you, that's fine. If you can get it up higher, then that's also fine. I'm a bit wobbly and unstable on this ankle today for some reason, so I'm going to be a bit lower and just circle the foot. Back the other way. That's very strange. And change. So I've got one ankle that's decided it's not playing the game today. Feet together, circling the knees. So whenever you get things like that, there's no point trying to force yourself or make yourself. You just go with it. Back the other way. Listen to what your body's telling you, and just sort of like really work with your body and allow it to sort of open up. And change, come up. Turn out the toes, turn out the heels. And sometimes we put so much pressure on ourselves to do stuff that you end up locking the tension in or making it worse. So just take the pressure off this morning. It's a Monday morning and we're just really trying to get ourselves ready in a good state of mind and feeling good for the start of the day. Back the other way, softening down through the legs. And change. Circling the shoulders. And back the other way. Just really working on just loosening the shoulders and the spine. Let everything just release. Change. Just breathing in, turn your head to one side. And breathe in. Now don't worry too much about getting your head movement with your breathing. We just say breathing in so that you remember to breathe. And breathe out. Just really relaxing down through the neck, across the shoulders. Let your head go back. Down the spine. Don't forget the clavicles need to relax as well. And just keep going. So turn the head on one shoulder and back over the other shoulder. And back. Head goes backwards. And comes to center. And roll the head forward. Just be careful. Feel the stretch, but don't force it. One more. This time as you roll your head forward, head on the chest, just roll your head in a nice big gentle circle all the way around. Don't force it, just feel the stretch in the neck. Let everything release. And we change. So just take a moment, check what's going on with your feet. Are they parallel, pointing straight in front of you? And then just soften the feet. Allow them to spread out onto the floor. This is what I need a lot of this morning. Softening the feet. Softening the ankles. So we're taking stock of the ankle joints, just letting it release, letting it relax, letting it open. You might need to adjust the way you're standing. Your feet might need to be a little bit wider, or they might need to be a little bit narrower. And softening up through the calf muscles, relaxing the lower leg. Let the muscles just expand, release and sink. Softening the knee joints. Knee joints just expand. Softening the thighs and the upper legs. All the time just allowing your body just to adjust itself very slightly to find those alignments so that your weight's comfortably spaced on both feet. Opening up the hip joints. So we do hold a lot of tension in the quad, across here and into the hip joints, the muscles around. We need to release Gung quad. Relaxing, releasing, opening the joint up. And the tailbone just drops to open up the lower back. It's as though you're sitting down on a stool. Softening around the waist, all the way around. Elongating the spine, so you're stretching up, not pulling yourself up rigid to attention, but sort of opening up the back, letting the back just sort of like open, and the shoulders come to rest over the hips, so that the body cavity, the chest can hollow slightly, and all down through the cavity here you just release. Let all the internal organs hang from the ribs and the spine. Shoulders release, opening up the shoulder joints. Then pull the chin in very gently, just to open up the back of the neck. And the head is then raised, suspended from the ceiling if you like, or the sky. All the bones floating in space, and take the time just to breathe and release the body. Let go of all the muscles, muscular tension, and allow the dynamic tension of the muscles to take over. So the muscles release, expand, and then sink. And then breathe in, bring the hands up the center line. Take the hands up over the head. And then breathe out, circling the hands down. And in, let the body open. And breathe out, let everything sink. Softening down through the body, sitting back against the spine. Take stock of anywhere where you're feeling tight. See if you can get it just to release. One more. And bring the hands up the center line to the chest. Breathe out, turn the palms, push down. Again, just take stock of what's going on with your feet, softening the feet, softening the ankles, opening the knees, releasing the hips, tailbone tucks under, just tailbone drops, don't push your pelvis forward, just level the pelvis and let the tailbone just drop down as though you're sitting on a stool. Shoulders resting over the hips so you elongate the spine. Sitting back against the spine, tuck the chin in gently to open up the neck. Soften the neck, empty the neck. And then head suspended from space. All the bones floating upright, muscles release and sink. Breathing in, bring the hands up to the chest. Then as you breathe out, let the left hand float up, right hand pushes down. And breathe in, the hands come back to the chest. And breathe out, swap over, left hand pushes down, right hand pushes up. Sitting back against the spine, breathing in. And breathe out, so releasing the shoulders, so you're not putting undue pressure onto the shoulder joint. The tailbone sitting back against the spine into the pelvis. One more. And with the hands back at the chest, to the palms of the floor, push down. Let yourself come to rest, so softening the feet, the ankles, the knees, the hips, if you like. Tailbone drops. Shoulders resting comfortably over the hips. Chin tucked in gently to open up the neck. And then suspending the head from space so all the bones are floating upright. Muscles release. Softening the shoulders so the ball joints can open. Softening the upper arms. Opening the elbows. Releasing the forearms. And then opening up the wrists. Softening the hands. So the hands become empty and heavy. And then just start to turn the waist. Releasing the arms and the shoulders totally so they can just swing. Softening down through the legs so the legs act like shock absorbers. You know, you're not twisting into the knees. You're just allowing your waist to turn. The waist turns the shoulders. The shoulders transfer momentum out into the arms as though they're a piece of rope with a weight on the end. Then sitting back against the spine as though you're sitting down on a stool. Just really feel all the muscles up and up alongside the spine. Just let them release. Let them open. Let the spine open. Sit back against the spine into the pelvis. Let the shoulder blades open. Soften them. Softening the muscles. Softening the shoulders. Just take your mind, allow your mind just to sink into your belly so you're now moving around your center. So it's the waist that's turning, rotating around the spine. We're going to change it slightly, just let the arms swing out to the side. So one swings in front, one behind. Again, see how that changes the momentum down through the legs, and then soften the legs accordingly so you're not twisting. You're allowing yourself to move. Softening the arms. Make sure you're not twisting down into the knees. Softening the legs, softening the hips. Then we change, just let the hands come to rest by the sides, softening the feet, the ankles, knees, and the hips. Just allow the legs just to move so they can find that level of comfort. Don't forget to breathe. Tucking the tailbone under. So let the tailbone drop as though you're sitting down on a stool. Shoulders resting comfortably over the hips, chin pulled in gently, just tucked in to open up the neck. Bones floating in space, muscles release and sink. A few breaths sitting back against the spine. And then breathing in, let the hands come forward and float up. Opening up, drop the fingertips, raise the arms to shoulder height, and then breathing out, let the elbows drop, let the wrists drop and down. You're putting through water. Breathing in, you open. And breathe out, sink. Ooh. One more. And then we're going to change. Just let your hands turn to the right, circling round. Right hand in front of the face, left hand sinks down, holding a ball in the centre. Again, sitting back against your spine, softening feet, ankles, knees, hips. Tailbone drop, shoulders resting comfortably over the hips, chin tucked in gently to open the neck, head suspended from space. Now just release the shoulders. Find that sweet spot where they can just hold comfortably. And then just turn your waist to the right. But don't twist, you're not coming too far behind, it's just turning the waist. And then as you square the hips, swap the hands and bring the hands back to centre. And then turn over to the left, swap the hands. Turning the waist, rotating around the spine. Just get this movement going nice and slow. Don't forget to breathe in and breathe out. And just softening down through the legs, rotating around your spine. Sitting back against the spine into the pelvis. Release down through the hips into the legs, sinking. One more. And then let your lower hand circle up. Center line. And then just let the hands float down. Coming to rest on the feet. And then close the hands over the belly. So left hand under right for men, right hand under left for ladies. Sinking down through the feet. Softening the ankles. Softening the knees. Opening the hips. Tucking the tailbone under. Shoulders come to rest comfortably over the hips. Tucking the chin in. Suspended from space. Then let the muscles just expand, release and sink. Change, bring the hands up, wiggling the fingers at the ends of the arms, make sure the shoulders stay soft and the elbows stay sunk. hands down, circling the hands at the ends of the arms. Change. Just breathing in, come up onto the toes. Breathe out, let your body drop. Breathing in and breathe out. Keep going. And one more. And relax. Again, thank you so very much for joining me this morning. I hope you enjoyed that. Please take the time to share any experiences or comments that you would like to leave in the comments below. And if you really enjoyed this video, then please tag, share and like, and let as many people know as possible so that we can get this growing and getting more people finding the harmony within themselves and finding the joy of Qigong. Again, thank you so very much. And I will see you 7:30, 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Quite to think then. 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Take care. See you soon.